Hey y'all, welcome back to Horse Range Mountain Farm. So Tab said she was going to be in here transplanting some stuff, so let's go see what she's doing. What you doing?
I'm just filling up some more trays so that we can transplant some of these things that I got growing over here. I gotta get some more of this mix into there. I gotta mix it with water.
Give us a little tour here.
Alright, let me set this over here. So right here, I reuse these things and turn them backwards. But right here we have some cayenne peppers starting to pop. I'm sure the other ones will start soon. This is Aunt Molly ground cherry. I just did a few of those. And then these are zinnias. And these are some forget-me-nots. Ooh, I need to start some more of those because I want to plant those all around. And I actually got some forget-me-nots from my Aunt Lil. And then I also got some from another elderly man. And they're a few different colors. And this right here is broccoli. And all of this is broccoli. And this is broccoli, which it looks like a few of them didn't come up, so I gotta replant those. Right here we got some dill coming up. Now I've never tried to grow dill, but I did this year and it's working out pretty good. And then right here we've got some cabbages. They're starting to get big, but I've got to get them transplanted because a few of them are getting a little tall for that, and I need to plant them deeper into the soil so then just that much is sticking out.
Getting a little leggy.
Yeah, it gets a little leggy. And then I got some more cabbage here. And then, let me move out of your way right here. Right here, as you can see, I got beets, and I've really got to separate those. And then down here, got some rutabagas. And then, these are my little light cucumbers. Now, I started most of this stuff on February the 21st. A few of them I planted on February the 22nd. And so I've got a few things that's not coming up yet. And then over here I've got leaf lettuce. And then right here, none of this has come up yet. So I may need to replant that.
Some stuff coming up right there.
No, that's not what they usually look like though. Then right here, as you can see, I got some tomatoes coming up. And then right here, we got some shishito peppers, a mad hatter. And then sometimes the peppers take a little bit longer to germinate. And then over here, we've got some radishes, pak choy, and these are more radishes. So I gotta add a little water to this Pro Mix. I can get this thing. Well, this Pro Mix soaks up a lot of water. So I got my Pro Mix in this tub, and what this tub is this an old mineral tub for cows, and I got some from my friend, and it works out great. So all I'm doing is using some old plant containers that I have left over from flowers from our landscape business, and it saves us money whenever it comes time to do our garden and seeds and starting them. So it works out pretty good. Now the Amish folks have a saying, and some of the mountain folks, of use it up, wear it out, make do or do without. So that's what I try to do. Now growing up, I remember my grandparents lived on a highway, which around here it's 129, and so back then it wasn't as near as busy as it is now, but they used to grow produce, and they would go sit by the road and they would sell produce right there on the side of the road, and so that would help them pay their taxes, and it would also help them get groceries with things that they couldn't grow themselves, like sugar and salt and stuff like that. Now they did grow some of their own meat, and when my mom was little, she said they had their own milk cow, so they had their milk right there on the farm too. And she said she remembers her mom butchering chickens, that she would go out and get a chicken for their evening meal. And so she remembers that. And then my dad said when he was growing up that around Thanksgiving that they would butcher some hogs. So that he said you want to butcher your hogs in the cooler weather. Now also when I was young, I stayed with my Aunt Amy a lot, and they grew vegetables, and they had several fields, and they would go to the market and sell. And I remember going to the fields with her when I was little, and I remember going to the farmer's market with them and sleeping in the truck until it got more daylight, and then I would get out and sit with them. We've had a person the other day that we told him was getting ready to plant some potatoes, and he said, "But that's too much work." But you know what, y'all? It's so rewarding whenever harvest time comes, and you know what you're putting in your body, and it's so much healthier. And you know, if you read in the Bible, you know it's a good thing to do. It says that he that soweth sparingly shall also reap sparingly. So I don't want to be reaping sparingly, y'all. So first of all, we're going to be transplanting our Walt ham broccoli. Now I just planted some zinnias in these. So as you see, they got pretty good little roots there. So I'm just gonna transplant them. What I'm doing is just taking my finger and poking a hole down in there and doing it like that. Now I did learn something from my aunt that I want to show y'all real quick. The one that has a big greenhouse that I told y'all that I went to the market whenever I was little, and I went with her to their fields because she babysat me during the day. And I'll show you real quick. So when you have these plug trays, there's a little hole on the bottom. So what she was doing is she would take a pencil and she just pokes them on the bottom, and it just pops those up like that. So I thought that was a good idea. So I wanted to share that so I don't forget it either. So this one It needs to be a little bit deeper. Alright, so I'm not going to bore y'all with transplanting all of these. What I'll do is show you at the end what it looks like with all of them transplanted over. And then I'm going to give you guys a tour of where we moved the chickens. And then I'm going to show you our multiplying onions. Well, y'all, I recruited me some help. I got you busy, Nathan?
You're about to kill me. I'm so busy right here. I tell you what. It's hard.
So I learned to transplant in agriculture class in high school. Where'd you learn to transplant, Nathan?
I did it some there, and then I learned we did a bunch of it in horticulture school.
What kind of things did you transplant in horticulture school?
Flowers, vegetables. Because we sold them all out of the greenhouse.
So they sold vegetables over at North Georgia Tech too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I knew they sold flowers. I didn't know they sold vegetables.
Back then they did. I broke that one. Back then they did. I don't know what they do now.
Y'all, I went to North Georgia Tech, but I did not go for horticulture, although I should have been in horticulture. I went to school to do cosmetology, which I keep my license up, but I just don't use it, except on my family. So I guess it did come in handy because it saved us money, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it saves us a lot of money.
Yeah. So what are you transplanting?
This is early round Dutch cabbage.
And y'all, we love to make sauerkraut.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Did you just break one of my plants?
I just broke one. You're going to have to spank me.
I'll make you plant another one for that.
That's all right. I sure don't want to break them.
No. You got to be very careful because they're fragile at this point.
Fragile.
Yeah, fragile. Okay, so I was showing Nathan some of the zinnia seeds that I saved from last year. I let them dry out in my greenhouse. Well, some of the seeds fell in my soil. And as you can see, this is... Oh, Nathan, you're not the camera. That's the zinnia, and that's the zinnia. And this is the cabbage. The cabbage looks a little bit different. So right here we have our multiplying onions. We've got some planted in this bed, and we've also got some planted in this bed up to our thyme right there. Now here's our row that came back from the little baby bulbs of garlic. So this was our free garlic, y'all. This is from the seeds on the side of our garlic bulbs that we just put back in the ground, and they came up. Now we do have some curly dock mixed in, so I need to weed some of those. But did you know that you can also eat curly dock? Now the younger leaves are more tastier, because the bigger the leaves are, the more bitter they get. But they're packed with all kinds of nutrients. And these are our greens that we planted last summer, and they're coming back. We've ate on them throughout the winter. We've shared some with some friends, and so these are coming back. And then you can see right here is our other thing of garlic. Now we planted these back in the fall, so they'll be ready to harvest in summertime. destroyed a lot of stuff in my garden. So I told Nathan if he doesn't want them on my plate and he wants chickens to lay eggs for his breakfast, that he better keep them out of my garden because I like my vegetables.